Oh, guys, I woke up an hour before stream today. I finally feel like a real VTuber. This is what they all do. Them fuck asses sleep in until like, 7 p.m. and then say, "What do you mean I'm late to stream?" Hey everybody, welcome. Me and Grim here. That's 90% of the line. You're actually quoting it about as well as I usually do. I'm waking up from ash and dust. Oh no, wait, no, you did get the line. Why am I? Anyways, I'm still tired apparently though. Maybe I could have used 3 hours of nap. Well, there's also the parody version that says this, slap my nuts. That's the one that I always think of. Well, anyways, that's enough bullshitting around. Let's get going, and hooray! We get to go and visit the funny little animals in the zoo, and by the animals I mean demons. And by the we mean A. So none of the title's actually accurate. Can't hear Grim's voice. Whoopsie, I forgot about that. Hold on. Let me correct that. There you go. Say something.
Comedy.
There you go.
Chat has not heard anything.
He was saying he had such good timing on the whole slap my nuts bit, and I fucked it up. I wished OBS would actually remember like Discord in between sessions of use. It always forgets every time.
I'm sad now.
He is very sad. I gave him the anti-serotonin. Antitonin. But anyways, so let's get into it. And the first topic of discussion is you might actually notice what my most recent saves are.
What have you been up to, my friend? What have you been doing?
So, I have actually been replaying the master levels off stream the last couple of days. Ew, my performance is like doing awful. Hold on, let me maybe minimize a couple things here and see if I can't.
Or it's just Habitat's negative aura doing that, you know.
No, it's definitely messing something up. The stream is actually healthy. It's just my computer's chugging a little bit. All right, well that's fine. I can deal with that. No, so like Habitat for what? Inhumanity, of course. There's Inhumans around here. But I have actually been playing the master levels again off stream because I, just given our co-op experience, like I was along the lines of like, I don't really feel like I got a good chance to estimate the quality of a lot of these levels. Doom Dark Ages? It's close enough, right? Hey, Dude Ken, welcome. If you're looking for Doom the Dark Ages proper, you definitely want to go down the hall. Oh, good God.
I mean,
okay.
Depending on your feelings of TNT Evilution, this could be considered the Dark Age of Doom.
But no, the true Dark Age of Doom being that master levels. And like, yeah, I don't know. I just felt that our co-op playthrough, I didn't get a great estimation of just how shit some of the levels were. And so I decided, okay, well, it's time for me to actually play all this on my own again. And, most of the levels were fine, as before, right? Like, things were okay up until, about, like, say, map, like, 9 or so. Then things started to get a little bit shitty. Alright, that was not working out so well. But I can say confidently that, starting around, map 9 again, things were not so great. It was starting to piss me off a little bit. Like, getting to the garrison, that was very much like a, oh my god, every key location is like the dumbest thing in the world. And every secret location is just expecting a very stupid amount out of the player. I was not enthused by that. And then Black Tower also still pisses me off as well. Like, Black Tower is just genuinely, I think, the worst Doom map I've played so far.
Yeah, it's an absolute marathon, yeah.
Not only is it an absolute marathon, but it's also just like, I can't fucking see anything. Please. I'm not photosensitive, but like, good God, it goes between 0 luminosity and 100 and is also still the darkest fucking map I've ever seen. It is just abysmal.
Dude Ken, in chat, he can't record demos because he's playing through the Steam version.
Yeah, I'm currently just, this is kind of my, I guess, to the new people in chat, welcome. This is my first time playing through, any of the given Doom properties that I'm streaming. This is my first time going through TNT Evilution. So I'm just, and I am just using the Steam version, so, I'm just kind of casually going through, no pistol starts, just kind of like, trying to UV max, but not really, sweating it if I can't find certain things or I miss one or two things. Just casual blind playthrough, getting used to the game kind of stuff. Recording demos will be fun, but I'm also going to be using save states, or the in-game saves, so, like, yeah, it wouldn't be a compatible demo anyways. But
yeah, quick save states, same thing, really.
Tell them about that, yeah. I agree, Candy. This map pack actually has been pretty good so far. I haven't disliked really. The only thing I've disliked from TNT Evilution so far has been the metal. Wasn't a huge fan of map 8. The close quarters nature and the sudden chain gunners was just a little bit too much in that map. It wasn't like I was, I wasn't like throwing my fucking controller and having some gamer rage, but it was still very much like I'd rather be doing something else right now.
Yeah, because somehow, despite how long it ended up taking, you ended up kind of liking Administration Center, or I guess tolerating it would probably be the better word.
Yeah, I tolerated Administration Center. I saw what they were going for, and like, it ended up working fine. So I wasn't like, too upset about anything. It was just, it was just a long map. Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
I think it is. I want to say it's the biggest TNT map, though map 27 technically might be bigger.
Well, one certainly feels like the biggest map.
Yeah, at least to me, map 21 is more of a chore to complete over map 27.
Yeah.
But,
oh god.
oh yeah,
back to close quarters.
Remember Habitat for? Look at these sewers.
Very spherical.
Yeah, this is stairwells. There's muddy water on the ceiling.
It was kind of a cool graphical transition for going into the sewers like that. Are you sure that's mud on the ceiling?
Oh, what, you got water on the floor and shit on the ceiling? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Like, wait, what the hell was I saying before? I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I have stream brain, or,
Something TNT isn't as bad as you were expecting it to be or something.
Oh, okay, Jesus, that was horrible. I was watching that happen in real time. Okay. Yeah, no, so it was only metals kind of irritated me so far, but otherwise, no, TNT's been pretty peak. It's gotten it's been more challenging at least than, the rest of Doom 1 and 2, and I've appreciated the up and challenge a little bit. Just because now I actually have to, it's training me to actually think about, like, okay, well, watching my back for hit scanners and that kind of thing. I think that's actually a good instinct to kind of learn for, monster traps and such like that. Who's the other Vice? Oh, that should introduce him. So that's Grimspecs.
Oh, I am Grimspecs. I have been at least commentating since the master level streams, because I figured while he is new to this, it probably would be good to have at least another voice on hand to, one, keep him awake in case the level design gets a little bit too dull in places, and two, help navigation because these maps can get confusing.
Yeah, so Grim's actually played a lot of classic Doom and all the related official maps and stuff like that. So Grim can actually help me keep the stream moving along in case I'm getting stuck looking for like secrets or something like that. I'm mostly trying to do this all on my own, but for the sake of stream, I don't want to end up like just searching for 3 hours looking for like one secret in a map, because I do have that tendency to be stubborn. And it would be, in fact, not good if that's all I was doing. But yeah, Grim's also been, editor of my channel for a while. We kind of met through the first game I played. He ended up it was a Mega Man fan game. If people enjoy Mega Man, you'll enjoy this channel, the rest of what this channel has to offer. But he had submitted a level for basically a Mega Man contest game, and showed up to see some of the other levels, showed up to see his level get played, and things kind of worked out from there. Alright, come on, I've got to be able to open this door. There we go.
Yes, learner is guide playing, and guide is the voice guiding. Yes, I am the
Yes.
Navi to his Link. If anyone knows Zelda. So I'd like to assume I'm not nearly as annoying as Navi can be.
We'll have to get a poll out on that. But yeah, on that topic of back to the master levels though. So like, yeah, Black Tower has kind of been annoying, but it's like I'm definitely starting to see like where the master level's opinion really does come from. Now just having time to experience it alone and like digest all of my thoughts and feelings on it. Like, yeah, everything takes a pretty steep nosedive after map 9. Like, I already complained about Garrison and Black Tower, and then right afterwards we have I mean, the next couple of maps aren't too bad. They're just, you know, kind of more of the same kind of schlock. And then you get to map 15.
All the rough stuff gets shoved into the last quarter.
Yeah, then I'm starting to complain again once I hit map 15. I'm playing Vesperos, you know, with which has 2 problems I've noticed. It's one, there's no fucking ammo on that map, so like you're running out constantly. I guess you got to start getting good with the punches, which I mean isn't a bad skill to foster, but it is also kind of like, good God, for a pistol start, this is probably the most pain in the ass map I've had to do so far. Even Black Tower was easier to do pistol start.
Yeah, getting your Tyson skills up to snuff is definitely going to be a skill you're going to have to learn, especially depending on some of the community submissions on what ends up showing up or not.
Yeah, which also relevant. We are going to do a community submissions night stream. You know, sooner than later. Next week, I'm taking a break because I'm headed to ASIN for a little anime convention. So I'm not going to be streaming Monday or Tuesday. But, you know, after that, we'll wrap up TNT and then move on to doing some community submission stuff. So if you want to be a part of that, I do have a Discord link down below. And I will be accepting some, you know, smaller WAD submissions. I don't want to be playing any mega WADs. I don't want to be playing anything that's also, like, you know, ludicrously difficult. I'm living in a pre-Plutonia world right now of my own, so
yeah, gauge difficulty well, and remember, full megawad submissions are not going to be considered. But if you like a map from a megawad and you want to submit it, that is totally fair game.
Yeah, that would be fair game. Yeah. So have I played Legacy of Rust? No. So I'm kind of just playing all of these in order, essentially, of release date.
Yeah, release date more or less.
Yeah, more or less release date, maybe an exception or 2 here or there. So yeah, I'm kind of still relatively fresh to all this. I would be... This is akin to somebody in, you know, the 90s getting TNT Evilution and it's new for the first time. Okay, so that's just more armor down there. Haven't heard of Tarashalax yet? Grim, do you know what that is? Translate to me.
I'm not actually sure what that is.
He is. Alright. Dude Ken, please elaborate. What is Tarachalax? Tarachalax? I'm probably making your ears bleed by trying to pronounce that incorrectly, but so it is. That's part of the experience around here. Okay, so now I can go back down here. I wish I would have... should have just checked for the fake wall forehead. Like, what was he thinking?
I mean, you're playing PNG, checking for fake walls is kind of, you know, the bread and butter.
Yeah. Kind of forgetting about that aspect. I think that's the only thing I'm not super huge fan on with TNT is just all the fake walls, but I don't know. So be it. It's not like it's a huge detriment so far. It's at least less fucking obscure than the master levels. Okay, wrong.
TAS only map. Tarachalax is a TAS only map. Yeah, I can't say I've heard of that.
No, that sounds kind of ludicrous. The only things that I've been watching so far is, well, I think I mentioned I mentioned a couple streams ago that I actually watched Coincidence first ever UV Max of Aquaplock, which was actually pretty cool.
Well,
okay,
it's
goddamn.
UV Max of Aquaplock, no saves. That's the key important.
Well, I mean, you know, usually when people... I understand it is that usually when people say UV Max, they mean no saves, because, you know, then you have an actually demo, or a compatible demo file. Can I, like, run out of this room? Okay, I can. This should be a run out of the room kind of situation.
Yeah, look at that. TNT actually having a kind of decent arch file trap.
Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. So that's kind of the most difficult thing that I'm familiar with, but I'm not familiar with anything else even more difficult than Akupak, which, I mean, hey, that's pretty difficult, so...
Yeah, it's a
Not to
big
snub Akupak in any way. I'm sure nobody would dare disrespect it.
We will accept submissions through
something.
the Discord once the announcement has been made. Currently has not been made yet. We're still working on that.
Yeah, there's a Doomwad submissions channel just in my community Discord, where we've been kind of posting like links to either the Doom Wiki or like wherever it is on like the Bethesda net kind of thing that the Steam port here has. I have a source port, you know, up so I can do either. But, you know, whichever available, you know, we can make that work. You can just post stuff there for right now. I haven't actually formalized submissions yet. But, you know, I think posting stuff there just kind of almost like a post-it note for yourself. And then later on, once that's like actually, oh, okay, I'm ready to take submissions and make this event happen, then we can, you know, I will talk more about like, okay, well, here's the things that I intend and want out of this.
Yeah, and I will be vetting, so if anyone tries to, you know, throw in any, like, crazy hard maps or, you know, silly troll maps, I will be keeping an eye out for that, so...
Yeah.
Make sure that whatever you're submitting is at least, you know, feasible for someone who has not played Plutonia yet. Bear that in mind.
Yeah. Welcome to push my limits a little bit, but, you know, don't give me Sunlust.
Yeah, no Sunlust, no Mucus Flow, no TAS-only maps.
Though I will say that was kind of the other thing I had. Oh, hey, D. Yeah, D's also, that's a good point. Say we need safe for work submissions.
Yeah, no Kama Sutra maps either, or unless it's the censored version.
Though actually, though, speaking of Sunlost, that was kind of the second topic I had to talk about. I have started watching Decino's playthroughs of Sunlust, actually. And, you know, what's funny to me is that, like, I'm currently up to watching map 16 of his playlist, and you know, that includes the 2 secret maps. And you know, so far I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, you know, outside of maybe 1 or 2 encounters here and there, this actually seems pretty reasonable. It seems hard. It seems reasonable, all things considered. But I also think that my frame of reference is completely skewed by the fact that, again, I live in a post-Akuplok UV Max world. Compared to that, anything seems reasonable.
Well, you're also trying to compare, like, a 32-level, you know, Megawad with, like, you know, mid-level completion time versus, like, a 6-hour-plus long single map.
But, you know, even comparing any of the scenarios, like just one scenario from any of those given from Akuplok, it's definitely more of like a, okay, yeah, no, anything compared to that seems reasonable. The fucking, you know, the arena of Mancubi and Barons, yeah, that seems kind of insane compared to anything I've seen in Sunlust so far.
Yeah.
This looks like there should be a secret here, but nothing
yet. Yeah. Well, think about that. Those little hallways open up when you cross over other specific line depths somewhere else.
Gotcha. So. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of that master level stench I see. It's got its
Habitat
influence.
Probably could be along the same quality as a master level. It is it does have very weird progression.
Oh, I hear a lot of dudes.
I still enjoy this map because as I've mentioned in previous streams, I'd much rather a map be like poopy bad than be like high execution, but it's totally fucking unfun to play. But
yeah,
it's not great. Also, really summarized, it looks like you're, you know, emerging out of a giant toilet right there.
All right. Well, that was far less of an ambush than I was expecting. Like, I don't think I even needed the invincibility for that per se.
Yeah, they gave you an invuln and a berserk to fight like half a dozen specters. It's not that bad.
They were having a sale. Okay, so that's the exit. Let's see, what else is down this way?
Oh, there's still 7 whole secrets missing too.
Ow.
Oh yeah, that is the other thing I also remember about this map is that little water path there, for some reason on co-op has 40 extra imps in it. I don't know why it's designed that way.
Just so that way you have to expend, like, you know, a handful of extra bullets. Don't you know that more slaughter means more
or like
fun?
2 extra rockets.
Don't you love your slaughter slop?
I think it's less slaughter and more just slopter.
Alright. Okay. What else is around here? We got bricks. I like bricks. That doesn't stand out like a sore thumb in this fucking field. Alright. Oh hey, look at all that. More dudes. Oh, I heard an archvile.
So the funny thing about Habitat's progression, you don't actually need any of the keys to complete it.
I thought I could have sworn I needed the yellow key to actually progress.
Nope. You start the map, you go all the way up, you turn left, you click on the silver thing that lowers into where you get to the giant toilet, and then you just run for the exit. You can complete this map in like 12 seconds if you're fast enough.
Oh, so like that was just a side quest that I went on.
Yeah,
then there wasn't even like a lock to that.
Secrets. Yeah, all the keys are just for finding secrets. None of
Amazing.
them are for the exit.
Wow, I ran to both of them. That's fucked. Okay. Getting worse at dodging as time goes on. Okay, well, there's a whole lot of nothing there.
I'll do the Mancubus shuffle.
Everything's pointing me here for the exit. I don't exactly want to hop down there yet if I still got stuff to find.
There's so many secrets left to find.
Yeah, so many of them. What an unobservant guy this is. Does he know? Chat, does he know?
Actually, I just realized if you say does he know really fast, it almost sounds like you're saying decino.
True. This is the makings of a really shitty conspiracy theory.
Decino, aka the Doomler.
I was trying to know when all of a sudden I found decino. Spooky stories. Try not to get scared.
Also, weirdly enough, I have a computer chair in my room right now that's branded decino, but it's spelled with an S instead of a C.
Okay, so this is obviously going to kill me, but now I'm checking for shit that I don't have the health for because I ate 2 fireballs, so that's great.
The 11 health hype.
Did I ever... Where am I? Oh, right, I'm up here again. Oh, and I missed my cue to get off. Let's see. Where does that ceiling texture lead to? Nowhere. Okay, so that's not a hint at all about how to access that side.
Ever talk about how the damaging floors are based on the principle of gun bobbing? I think it's come up.
Yeah, it's come up at least once. Alright. I don't see anywhere obvious to go and look at on the map. I know that that's kind of becoming less and less reliable as I go through more of TNT. They don't really do things that way.
Well, I can tell you right now that there is quite a few secrets at the beginning of the map.
Alright. Let's go back to the beginning. Back to complaining about the master levels. So I did, let's see. So yeah, the Sparrows has problems, and it also has that stupid, you know, invisible line to go and get the yellow key, which you need to complete the map. So like that's dumb as hell. And then currently I'm on Titan's Manor again. Oh hey, look at that. I'm on Titan's Manor again, and I'm definitely getting a where the hell do I even go vibe from the map. So I'm lost. I'm still trying to figure out where things are. I won't say where I am, so that way Grim doesn't spoil me out of habit. But yeah, so far that's not great. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Oh, bad. Hi, Spectre. TNT is a lot better about actually using the light to hide specters than the original Doom, Doom 1 and Doom 2 are. I've noticed that very, pretty strikingly. But it also doesn't go into complete bullshit mode like Black Tower.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
use-
To answer the question, dude, yes, you can use cheats through console commands if you're playing the PC version. I do know on console versions you can there is just like a cheat menu they give you, so that way you can access stuff.
Oh, there is also a cheat menu here too. I've just never
Okay.
actually clicked on it. It's the artifact
Yeah,
of power. I can't do that.
But yeah, you could still idclip, you could still IDKFA. That's still totally things you can do in this version.
All right, so 4 more secrets. I guess there's one tunnel I haven't been in yet. You can go look at that.
Cross specific line def on 4 to unlock other sewage portions.
Hooray! Health bonuses. That was like 2 secrets in one.
Oh, actually, there's.
Oh,
a
and there's
third.
another one. Okay, look at that.
I fake wall.
Oh, hello, Red Key. Goodness. Okay, they really like you. I gotta say, I kind of appreciate the fact that like the secrets are so layered that like you're probably not thinking about it too often, and it's like if you miss a certain line dev and like you know didn't see that there was a red key being deposited here, you might not have noticed at all. I kind of like that kind of secret hiding where it's like you're just layering it on top of each other. You're using psychological tricks to make people not hunt for secrets. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
I don't think
no,
I've seen
true,
this.
dude. Black Tower absolutely was one of the funniest parts of that stream, but largely having
Oh,
to do with the fact that I was the one suffering.
Yeah. Largely due to the fact that Grim had to sit there as a checkpoint, and every time I went, oops, I died, we had to
What was
restart
that,
the whole map.
4 resets on that
Yeah.
fucking map? God. Never again. Yeah, it was worth it for content for sure, but I don't want to have to fucking play through it again. Especially not on co-op.
What if I gave you a Scooby snack?
Black Tower is... You can tell it's not a map built for co-op, considering how easy it is to soft lock on co-op.
Yeah. It was pretty damn easy. It was not a fun experience. But would you do it again for a Scooby snack?
No.
Man, this guy hates Scooby snacks. Chat, should we cancel him? Oh, what's that?
Sorry, I
One
don't
more
enjoy
Spectre?
dog treats.
Okay. Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm sorry I don't enjoy dog treats.
Would it be better if it was a Grimmy snack?
Well, I don't even want to know what that is.
I'll figure it out. It'll probably be constructed out of, like, birdseed and, paper mache. Maybe something edible in there, too, if, you know, if the next clip is really good.
Oh, was that it? I don't get paid? I just get given the dog treat for my fucking editing now?
Not just a dog treat, it's your holiday bonus, effectively. Anyways. Let's see. Alright, well that's almost all the secrets. Only got one left.
Okay, I guess that was your Discord pinging.
Oh, that's my
distracted.
Discord?
I think.
I guess that probably is. I guess it probably doesn't stop the pinging. Oh, that's right. I had to disable streamer mode for like a second because of setting stuff up. Hold on, let me see if I can't fix that real quick. If I can't put it back on, that will stop. That will stop people from going ahead and looking at their own Discords while they're watching the stream.
Dude, we do have. He does have DSDA installed. And I believe you have GZ installed as well.
No, I just installed DSDA. I figured that's all I would probably need. I mean, I can install more source ports if necessary. It's not like it would be that tough.
Yeah, no, I think DSDA should cover most of it. Other than like specific stuff that either requires Eternity Engine or GZ, which GZ would probably be the only other one I'd recommend to download just for like the heavy mod stuff. But yeah, no, in terms of source ports, like that's already covered because I figured that community submissions were gonna have to require needing an extra source port, not just having to submit everything through the Steam version because they're fucking what they accept is still kind of completely fucked right now. I have complained about how the Doom plus Doom 2 port just straight up has like 30 or 40 plus myhouse.wad submissions that just break upon trying to start them.
Yeah, no quality control whatsoever. Alright, do you remember where the last secret might be? Because I don't really see anything on the map and I don't want to waste anyone's time.
So that thing that you said before opens up, I believe that's the last secret.
Oh,
in the
like
sewer.
over here on the map, this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of backtracking for all these secrets. Maybe not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, well, this is a map that takes longer to complete when you're just trying to get all the secrets as opposed to just completing it normally.
Right.
Just like Wormhole.
Yeah.
Back in Under 4.
Maps of instant finish.
That was slow as number. The thing is, I don't even think there's anything in it. I think it's literally just a shortcut back into another part of the sewer. So like you could probably just finish the level.
Yeah, I mean I could. But I could also get this 100 UV max off of my list.
All right, well, good luck finding the specific line def in the sewers you need to hit.
Yeah, no, you're right. That sucks. I'll do that on my own. Crash when he has to play Metroid. Honestly, though, I enjoy the backtracking a lot more in Metroid. It feels a lot more paced out, where it's like, okay, you cleared up this level, go back to this area, you know, clean things up. It makes more sense there. This and plus,
also,
you know, it's like
for
get an
Metroid, you're also
upgrade.
getting access to new cool abilities. So backtracking there at least makes sense.
Right. It's
Or
like,
at least
okay,
it's reasonable.
now I have the gravity suit. I will go over to Meridia. It's like logical. It makes total sense to do, right? Yeah. Here, it's just kind of like, I don't know, you walk through the sewer and now another closet opened up on the other side of the map. Oh, map jump scare, Jesus.
Lunar Mining Project, aka, oh boy, it's that song again because it's map 23. God, this track gets old so fast.
I have to remember which one it is, but I guess that's another thing to talk about. So, you know, without having actually listened to Plutonia's soundtrack directly yet, but listening to, Brainlet's 6-hour Delta or Undertale sound font replacement, I'm starting to realize Plutonia has some excellent composition. Like the composition on those songs is amazing.
You mean the MIDI pack one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it helps that it was done like 30 years after the fact by a bunch of very talented composers. Because if you play Plutonia without the MIDI pack, which if you're playing it through this source port, unfortunately you'll have to play it without the MIDI pack because every version of the MIDI pack right now is not super well functioning with it at the moment.
I see.
But
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't.
Yeah, no, Plutonia just uses like Doom and Doom 2 songs like the entire way.
I see. Okay. That's a shame. Oh well. I was looking forward to having a whole bunch of new stuff to experience on stream like that, but I guess we can we'll just make do.
I'll tell you this, since I know it'll probably be a bit since you come back to playing games, since I know you're going to be shifting to doing Sonic after we do the community stuff. So
yeah,
if I will keep my eyes out for a good Plutonia MIDI mod that you can apply to this version, and if I can find a good one, I'll link you to it, and then that way, if you are playing through it, you could just get it with the new music.
Oh, sweet. That would actually be great. Oh, this bookcase
Yeah,
doesn't look weird at all. Bam.
This is actually a pretty small map, all things considered. That actually, the next couple maps are pretty small.
Nice change of pace considering what we've just been dealing with. Anything on the nightstand?
This map's a little bit infamous for me specifically because I tried to do UV plus maxes of the TNT maps, which means getting kills on everything, including the bonus co-op monsters. And the reason why I remember this one being a little bit infamous is that there are areas you can only access via co-op because there's player 2 through 4 specific spawns where they get specific line def crosses. So there's just straight up rooms you can't access normally on single player here.
That's very weird map design. I mean, it makes sense if you're doing something that is explicitly co-op, but when you're also releasing a map path like this, it's like, well, no, people are going to be playing it single player. I don't think that's very friendly design. Turn the FOV a little down. Sorry about that, dude. I like the FOV where it is. I come from Team Fortress 2, so I like having a nice 90 FOV. This feels perfectly comfortable for me. All right. What else is here though?
Yeah, granted though, it's not super egregious here because like at least with like, the rooms you can only access in co-op are like, not a big deal. Plus like you can get all the kills on single player because I was built. So at least there's like designing it that way, it's not that bad. I've run into situations where maps are only designed with co-op in mind, so trying to complete them in single player is either completely impossible or requires some of the most ridiculous tech ever in order to finish.
Oh, dude, I have heard the news, actually. Yeah, TF2 finally got an update where the free-to-plays can actually speak again. Hallelujah. Valve declared their victory over the bot
Maybe now
crisis.
that'll give me a reason to play TF2.
I mean, do you? That's actually kind of an interesting question. Do you use voice chat a lot in, like, multiplayer games like that?
Most games, no, because I'm usually very quick to assume that most voice chats are going to be toxic as fuck. But I feel like with TF2 I wouldn't mind, because TF2 is inherently a very silly game.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it there. The only other times I've used voice chat have actually been for the 2016 Doom games multiplayer, because I love that game's multiplayer to death. So any excuse to just fucking talk to people who are also enjoying their time playing it, I will take that opportunity with.
I tend to clam up, honestly. I tend to not like want to speak in voice whenever I play any like multiplayer games like this. I don't know. I just kind of get nervous. I'm just like, I don't really want people hearing me. That seems a little bit forward. I don't know. And here I am streaming, so maybe, you know, now that mentality has been kind of broken a little bit, but you know, it's not something I'm typically very comfortable with. I'll do it on a rare occasion, but like usually, especially in something like TF2, it's like silly. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna like fucking coordinate a team push in casual. Like there's people, you know, eating a sandwich with like their thumb up their ass. Like it's fine. There's no urgency to actually speak in that game.
See, I'm a little bit more used to doing voice chat because I grew up during the, you know, the Xbox 360 squeakers learning slurs for the first time era, so I'm very much used to how bad shit can get. And a lot of the time, most games nowadays never get that bad for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I mean, they don't get like that bad. I guess I'm just more like, you know, I'm just self-conscious about speaking, I guess. So like a little bit of just like, you know, overly self-conscious about judgment and things like that. That probably does not exist considering, you know, most people go about their lives not remembering the interactions with every single individual. But, you know, it matters to me, damn it.
Going to bed at night and being like, oh god, was I too cringe?
Yes, exactly. I have that problem. Let's see. They didn't add the madcap back into the game yet. Madcap? What do you mean by that? I should know this given how much TF2 I know, but I don't know what you mean by madcap, Doom. Sorry, focusing on both things. Community game night would be fun. Yeah, of course it would be. I mean, that's the kind of the cool thing, D. We're actually getting closer and closer to being able to do like a Jackbox stream at some point. You know, with y'all. So like, keep the numbers up, y'all, and we might actually be able to all participate in something.
I mean, to me, I feel like a community game night would absolutely just be like Jackbox and whatnot.
Yeah. You know, there'd be, you know, do stuff in the Discord eventually.
Players, but you were a wee kid. See, the funny thing is about that, D, I was both.
Yeah, I was also a wee kid, too. I was Nintendo all the way for a very long time, so I don't actually have much experience, you know, growing up in that absolute toxicity realm.
You have freakish knowledge of cereal mascots, so be warned. I mean, same?
That's fine. It'll be great when we play the murder trivia party then, and we have a competition, you know. We're racing to the finish because, you know, who will win first? D and his cereal knowledge, or me and my chemistry knowledge? I love how, like, piss easy, like, the trivia is when you actually really know something about it, too. Like, for me, it's, you know, of course, like, the chemistry knowledge is, like, so basic, and it's like, you know, which of these is an element on the periodic table? And it's like, argon, nitrogen, ammonia. I'm like, it's not fucking ammonia. That is the least... That is just something is not right with that picture.
Also, D, there's just something very funny about that statement, because the equivalent of that is essentially just being like, guys, be warned, I have autism. My brother in Christ, this is the autism stream.
Hold on, I don't have my paperwork yet. We'll see if we can do something about that, but...
Yes, dude, Ken, I do remember the days when anyone would just say the N-word in a COD lobby, except for me, it was the Halo Reach lobby, and it was you were being called an N-word regardless of your skin color.
And also, that's just becoming 2025 again. Like, you know, that's back in style. God bless America.
Yeah, except the difference is that now they're doing it on fucking Twitter because they're even dumber.
Yeah, well, you know.
And also not 13, so it's less acceptable.
Twitter is the world's COD lobby and dumpster. I mean, literally, I was saying this before, you know, 4chan went down for a while. Apparently, it wasn't permanent. Like, I can still go back on there. But like, Twitter had very much just become the new B or /B or /poll, very much like the everybody's feelings toilet, and only a fool would take things here as fact. Although I guess I don't know, people are starting to take
like
things
that
as
for a
fact
while,
now.
even before 4chan went down. So
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing that changes is that some of the more extreme individuals are going to be more frequent on Twitter.
Didn't really mean to take that invincibility, but I guess we're here now, so let's find somebody to shoot.
What were you doing when 4chan was killed? I was in my room playing Mega Man, per usual.
And then Brightman broke the news. He said 4chan is kill. No. Okay, well, I fucking botched that invincibility up all the way. Oh well. Not like I guess there was anything to use it on. Okay, can I please?
It is sort of funny. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, 4chan, that one site where you could be anonymous and do all this fucked up shit." It's like there's multiple Chan websites, in case anyone was unaware.
Yeah, but
Some
I
worse
guess
than
that's the
others,
most
but-
iconic one.
Well, yeah. Well, that and probably formerly 2chan, because but that's mostly to do with the Mario ROM hacking scene, if anything. The one other thing I also do remember about the whole 4chan going down thing was that the last thing that got posted before it went completely offline was just the chicken jockey thing.
Yeah, that was funny. That chicken jockey was the last post for a while. There's no more fitting end to that fucking website.
Stupid.
No more of a fitting end. I have to say something about 4chan being the seat keeping the evil contained. Yeah, it's not really, It was keeping the mainstream seal of evil, one of them, and then, I don't know, I guess the seal broke, and, I don't know, now they just flooded, like, it's like watching the rats in Moe's Tavern, go from, in The Simpsons, go from, like, the mobster's milking center to Moe's Tavern. It's not that far of a jaunt. Oh, I hear Chain Gunner. Oh, I hear many Chain Gunner.
Well, the lesson I've learned is that technically evil is everywhere, regardless of where you go on the internet. It's just 4chan's a little bit more, you know, dangerous because it's like everyone's anonymous, so consequences feel less of a factor, depending on how that goes.
Yeah,
except, I mean, the truth is, if you do some really heinous shit on 4chan, they will eventually find you. That is something I very much learned.
Yeah. From experience.
Oh no!
I'm just joking.
Fucking 4chan. But from all the stories I've heard from people saying like very terroristic threats getting caught by law enforcement because like, you know, believe it or not, guys, law enforcement can also use 4chan. It's not exclusive to fucking degenerates.
Believe it or not, there are FBI agents on 4chan, and they are interested in your personal data.
I think that actually, when 4chan got shut down, I think it got literally
here.
like leaked that there was a bunch of like actual big law enforcement members that were active members on the various boards. Like,
yeah, I mean, maybe members, but I heard that the whole, like, janitors rumor was actually false. There weren't any confirmed federal agents on the janitors, the mod staff kind of stuff.
Oh, on the mod staff? Yeah, I think that was false.
Though I definitely wouldn't doubt there's just a
Anonymity
handful
does not
of,
mean,
you know.
Yeah, anonymity does not mean invincibility. That is a very important thing to keep in mind. Maybe back in like the early, you know, realms of the internet it was, but nowadays, nah.
Right. Now everybody's a doxing sleuth, you know? We know that Nick Fuentes lives somewhere in Chicago. This is very important information. Do not forget about this. This is a plot item that will come back later.
Hearing about a terrorist through DeviantArt. What was he hiding all of his manifestos inside of all the fetish art commissions he made?
It's a pretty good place to lie low on the internet, honestly. No one ever checks it. Like, it's not known to be a hive of scum and villainy. Just
Well, yeah, I feel like most sane people would not ever check DeviantArt comments.
people check more comments on Rule 34 than they do on DeviantArt.
It's like the equivalent if you want to hide your secrets, put it in a cooking recipe.
Yeah. Especially nowadays, put it on those online cooking recipes. Nobody's gonna read that first 10 paragraphs about how your abuela once actually cooked this on like a rainy day after you lost a soccer game. Like, it's not, no one's reading that shit. We're scrolling right down to the bottom so that way we can actually see like how to make whatever the fuck the recipe is.
I think I remember another one. I think it was like, not long after the September 11th things happened. Like, everyone's like, we gotta find Osama bin Laden and kill him. And I just remember seeing a bunch of jokes being like, have you checked the back of the fridge? No one ever looks there.
Maybe we swept him under the rug. Soon SpongeBob will dox all of us. I'm not sure SpongeBob knows how to use a computer, honestly. Dude can't even figure out how to drive a car.
I think the last time I saw SpongeBob use a computer, he was trying to Google his name and then it burst into flames.
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that scene. SpongeBob is like tech illiterate confirmed. Well, that's interesting looking. Oh yeah, Chain Gunner, do my work for me. Yes.
Fetish artists who had a thing for non-adults. Yeah, that, you know what, that doesn't shock me.
Gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but at the same time, it's like considering the fucking way that the internet is, it's like, yeah, why am I not surprised?
Yeah. Well, don't worry, everybody. I hate kids on a fundamental level, on several levels, so you'll never see that happen to this. I'm never gonna become a melee player.
Okay, well that's just uncalled for.
It is a little uncalled for. Never going to be called, how about a Minecraft player?
Also, it's not even exclusive to Melee. It's all the Smash games.
I know. Yeah. Oh, no back face texture. What were they thinking? That actually does kind of look cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Let's see. Anything else I'm missing? I'm missing one secret here in the map. I know that there's one little wall texture here that's bugging the crap out of me, and I don't know how to.
That's the co-op spawn room, I think.
Are there any I know you said there were kills exclusive to the co-op mode. Are there secrets exclusive to co-op in this?
No, I don't think so. Well, if the kills were exclusive to co-op, they wouldn't show up in the tally because you can turn off.
Right.
But no, all the secrets should be available. I can't remember which ones you got already.
Let's see. I believe I got.
Oh, there's the closet secret. Yeah, that one you did.
There's the closet secret. There was also one. I think it was just kind of like. There's the invincibility secret. So, what's the third one? I think I don't see anything weird on the map. I see that upper right corner, but that was just where the blue key was. I've already tried running into the waterfall, and that teleported me out of the catacombs. I don't really see anything here in the center, but like IDK if there's anything here in the center. Doesn't really seem like it.
Room with the red key? Oh wait, I know which one you missed. Okay, so you know the dark room up in the center? If you walk on top of there, well, you can open up one of those walls.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I am.
Buy him.
You can't get me with the chicken jockey thing already, dude. We mentioned that a couple minutes ago.
You already said it!
Oh no! What did I do? I said the secret invocation. Now Steve will descend upon me and my family for thousands of years.
Turkey Racer.
Chicken jockey is basically just Hog Rider, a reincarnation of that meme.
Yeah, it is just Hog Rider.
But it's significantly easier to say. You don't have to completely influx your voice and risk going off key.
Well, what about Flint and Steel?
Flint and Steel. I hate how the movie is so extremely quotable, even though I've never seen it and have no desire to see it, but it is extremely quotable because of how fucking bad it is. They've managed to kind of hit viral anti-marketing on the head. I hate it. And they probably didn't even do it intentionally, too. It's probably just a bunch of execs that are still, like, you know, laughing their ass off over the, you know, screaming goat meme from 2004. And basically just rehashing that again and again and again and again.
Yeah, well, I feel like there's a part of me that knowing how out of touch fucking movie execs to me is that we're gonna get a movie in the next like 30 in the next like 4 years that's unironically gonna use fucking This Is Sparta somewhere in it.
Oh, certainly. Okay, this map design is already giving me hellhole type vibes. This is really fucking cramped.
Oh, see, the thing is, Duken, he's already given Nuts.Watt a try, because we tested that when we were making sure the DSDA was going to be running properly, so...
Yeah, no, thankfully I've got a nice gaming PC. I don't know how the frame rate is doing right now, because I definitely feel like it's under 60 at the moment, but, I think that's just, I don't know, my computer being a little weird from not having, like, a fresh restart recently. I can run Nuts.Watt, like, at no problem. Full, like, 300 FPS, or at least, you know... I don't know exactly how many, but quite a few FPS, and no issues there, so. I'm all kitted out to run, you know, everything at the, you know, the newest games at the highest graphics and fidelity. What the fuck? Okay, the chain gunner got me, I guess. Instead I choose to play shit like Doom, and Mega Man Classic, and Binding of Isaac. Things that absolutely do not need a, what do I have, a 3080M to run? Or was it a 40? I think it's actually a 4000 NVIDIA series. Like, I don't remember what I have. Either way, I'm definitely overqualified for the job. Fuck. What about... Ooh, music is quiet on this map, jeez. Well, I'm not messing with the settings.
This is the Doom 2 map for music. I think it's probably the first time it's come up again since you played Doom 2, actually.
Well, that was this, oh, hold on. It's one line. There we go. Can't miss the health bonus. Don't you know? That 1% health will come back. It's story critical. Wait, so, okay, see, D, what you're talking about this, that guy on DeviantArt. You reminded the guy, what made the guy a terrorist, it's because someone petitioned to, ban CSA, and he wasn't happy about it. Well, good way to out yourself. Good God, that's the hill you die on if you're a terrorist. No, it was just him making death threats and trying to put a hit on a politician behind the band. Yeah, it sounds very incompetent. And it was a separate incident where he made bomb threats to a school. Wonderful. I love people. They're so great. I bet he didn't even know how to build a pipe bomb. Amateur. I don't think I know how to build one either, for any federal agents listening in on this conversation. I'm just a chemist.
Bro didn't even have the Anarchist Cookbook on hand, SMH.
No, I don't have it saved on my computer, unfortunately. Give me a couple more years to stew, and maybe my mind will change.
Oh, Gabriel, long time no see.
Hey, Gabriel, what's up? Just joined. How you been? Yeah, doing pretty good. You know, we be playing more Evolution around here. I'm enjoying Evolution so far overall. Maybe not enjoying this map so much. I don't really enjoy the extremely cramped maps that the few that TNT does have to offer. This is kind of giving me everything I dislike about Metal again, and more, because there's now like more damaging floors and shit too to make my life miserable. But you know, and more sudden chain gunners. But you know, overall, I find this stuff pretty manageable. Okay, can you really see?
Yeah,
like
it is intentionally supposed to be Evilution, because it's evil.
Yeah, it's evil. Evil ham. Oh, the chain gunner is sniping the top of my yee-ass haircut. Okay, that's irritating. Alright, I'll come into that with significantly more health and prep now. this chat to catch up on. But yeah, you know, hopefully you've been pretty good over there, Gabriel. It's good seeing you again. All right, one of these rockets has got to hit them, right? Yeah, there we go. Don't know if he actually planted any, but he hijacked communications. Lamau. Nowadays, if you hijack communications, everyone's gonna know about that. T-Mobile's gonna be knocking on your door saying, excuse me, you're interrupting our customer service, and therefore interrupting the flow of money into our bank accounts.
No, Gabriel, I will not be getting the collector's edition of Doom that costs like $600.
Oh god, no, I would never do something crazy like that. Either. I mean, I know there's that, Will It Run Collector's Edition. Is that for the new Dark Ages release, or is that just like something else entirely?
I want to say it's for Dark Ages, though to be honest, I don't keep up with all specific Collector's Edition releases, so I wouldn't
Fair
know.
enough.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think...
Old Doom.
Old Doom?
Okay.
Oh, are you talking about the Slayers Collection thing? Bundle? Maybe that's what you're... Alright, I'm still not sure. Regardless, though, probably not getting it.
Yeah, $666 sounds pretty ridiculous to spend on, well, just about anything, honestly. I'm not that kind of person.
If it was $6.66, I might consider it.
Yeah, that would be, you know, that's a steal at that point.
Well, actually, fun fact, that's actually how much John Romero charged for when the first Sigil was coming out, but you can't obviously charge money for the Doom WAD, so it just came with, like, an official, like, soundtrack vinyl.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never...
I don't tend to buy collector's editions. I think the only time I would have ever tried to buy a collector's edition would have probably been Halo Reach when it came out for the first time, just because of, you get, like, the bust of all of Noble Team and everything. It's like, that would have been a nice piece to have on my desk, but, yeah, unfortunately, that was, not to be.
Yeah, I have no desire to really do collector's edition stuff either. It's just very, you know, putting your eggs in one basket kind of thing. Like, what if the game sucks and now you're stuck with this, you know, and all you had to show for it is this shitty's collector's edition, right? Like, I'm not about to do that.
I mean, if Capcom ever makes an X9 and makes a collector's edition for that, I might end up getting it. But,
yeah, you're still not going to convince me on that. Even if you release a mainline Mega Man game, I'm not going to be convinced to, like, buy the collector's edition of Mega Man 12 or whatever.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it really just depends on, like, what ends up being in it. It's like, would it be worth it or not? Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess if the collector's edition is just like, I don't know, you get a free, you get a Mega Man figure and like a, you know, a Mega Man's OST CD if you pay an extra like $20. Be like, yeah, okay, fine, I guess that's simple enough. But
I guess at the same time though, I don't think Capcom will ever do that because they're just like, well, why don't you just buy the Kotobukiya sets because they're better quality anyway.
We're gonna get X9 shortly after Legends 3. Yeah. I'll take things that still won't happen for 600, Alex.
Well, I mean, hey, Legend 3 could get a full fucking game leak because technically the entire game is completed.
Huh. Yeah, I can see it. I guess if it is, I never know that. If it is actually fully completed like that, then yeah, I could see that happening one day.
Well, it's either fully completed or like 98% complete.
Okay, someone's just got to like slap a texture onto Volnut's ass, and we'll be good to go.
Well, it's like the same thing how Star Fox 2 was like basically the version that everyone played for years before they finally released it on the SNES Classic was like a 95% complete version, and the only thing about it that wasn't complete was just like 100% challenge medals. But like the entire game was fully functional besides that.
Good to know. I've never actually played any of the Star Fox games, so I have no frame of reference for this.
But yeah, from what I understand, Legend 3 is like 98% complete. So like if anyone does like a full blown like Giga Leak a la, you know, that one Nintendo thing or the Duke Nukem Forever 2001 build, like it could happen. You know, there's always a chance.
Am I back in the fucking starting room? Damn it. This is not where I wanted to be. On 10 health.
I mean, hey, all I'm saying is that, Legends 3 is at least likely. At least then, you have a nearly completed game that could potentially get leaked at some point in the future. If you're a ZX fan, all you have is fucking, prep documents, if at all.
Yeah, I'm starving out here for ZX content. People are just, we've been stuck recycling the same things for like what, 10, 20 years now.
I mean, listen, if we're gonna get Mega Man leaks, I certainly wouldn't mind getting a leak of that one Maverick Hunter build they showed at a couple of press shows.
Pretty cool. Here, see, there's a weird like opening on the map. I haven't actually found.
I think you have to come at it from inside the cave. I think.
Oh, I guess that is kind of how the map is drawn. Okay. ZX also has a comic written by a Chud X. Great. I love my fandom.
Oh, how's that any different from all the weird Brazilian Mega Man comics?
I guess so. I haven't kept up with much of that. I don't really keep up with fanon in general. Fanon's not really my thing. Or not even fanon, just fan fiction.
Well, it's not really fan-in, it's more just like official comic adaptations. Fan-in would be like if you're going on AO3 to read Mega Man fanfiction.
Okay, where the hell do I go now? I know over to the left there, that's just the teleporter, so there's nothing really to do there. These caves don't go anywhere. I guess maybe I haven't explored all of this room in front of me yet. I could go back and do that. And I got body blocked by imps and said, wow, never again. That was a displeasurable experience. I don't want to do that ever again. Oh, well, that would have been fucking nice. I always find the invincibility way after it's useful. But I'm not seeing anything.
X9, we'll finally find out what happened to Axel. I mean, the thing is, if we get an X9, who's to say that Axel will even show up, considering how Mega Man 11 went?
Oh, yeah, with no base and no Proto Man.
No, like, I can accept no base. No Proto Man feels fucking sacrilege at that point.
I don't know. Proto Man's been kind of tapped out. Like, he's been the DLC character for, 9 and 10, but that's really all he's had to do for the last couple of games.
Yeah, but he's at least shown up in every other game.
I guess so,
the fact that he
yeah.
doesn't appear at all is a little like, what the hell?
It's a little unusual.
Which I guess you could also kind of make the same argument that, well, technically Base also appears in every other game past his introduction in 7, which is true. But I don't know. I feel like for a character that's also like, so important in terms of like, the relationship to Mega Man as a character like Proto Man is, like, where the fuck was he during the entirety of 11? Like, Base I can understand not wanting to get involved because he feels like he's above that shit. Proto Man at least being like, hey Mega Man, here's a thing that might help you stop Dr. Wily again. He just fucks off, he doesn't even bother.
Proto Man be like, hello Mega Man, I found this bag of Funyuns behind the fridge. I thought it might help you on your quest to defeat Dr. Wily. Goodbye. Oh, there's another one over here. I didn't even see. Okay.
It's one of the Capcom sitting on a perfectly 2.5D Mega Man engine and doing nothing with it. I mean, it would be nice to get, like, even if it's not just like a fully, like, built from the ground up game again, I wouldn't mind getting more games using 11's engine.
Oh yeah, 11's engine's nice. Very much a fan.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even oppose to getting another 8-bit game again, especially if it just means, like, hey, we have access to easy assets, and it could mean that, like, people can make assets a lot easier than doing it for, like, a 2.5D game. Like, I don't really have any, like, particular preference when it comes to graphical style when it comes to the Mega Man games. Like, you could give me 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, modern.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hate if we get another 8-bit game, but I'm very much in the ready mindset of, like, okay, you know what, we're in the modern era. I'm cool with, having, more of the 2.5D stuff. Plus, I don't know, I think I like Mega Man 11's look the most of all of them. I used to not really have, like, a favorite amongst all my children, all the Mega Man children, but I would say that 11 actually kind of has my favorite art style.
Get a new Street Fighter game using Mega Man 11's engine.
Yeah, you're right. It'll be fucking Devil May Cry 6 featuring Mega Man.
I don't even care about the monkey paw curling for that. I would like to see how that would work. I mean, considering that every big Capcom game nowadays is using the RE engine, so it's like, you know, hey, why not?
I did not find the secrets in this map.
I do know where one of them is.
Let's see. I have to imagine one of them is probably over here because I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
with
you gotta access it from the cave tunnel, I think.
Which cave tunnel though? Like this one?
The cave tunnel, yeah. Wait, try shooting the wall.
Ah.
Yep, there you go.
Never bothered. Didn't get the hit with. Did not get the hint with the chains. Huh?
It's a good job, Crash. You found the computer room. You didn't take that elevator up.
Thanks, Vector. Oh, that's both of them.
Secret.
All right. Fucking map design. Anyways.
All you had to do was find the computer room.
Somebody get SBO on the line instead.
I also love how Vector is the only Sonic character that is canonically Catholic.
Oh, right, because he has a cross, doesn't he?
No, straight up in one of the, I think in the Knuckles Chaotix fucking instruction booklet, I think they just straight up say, yeah, he's a believer of God. Like, just straight up.
Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily determine he's Catholic, right? He could also be Protestant.
I think the term Catholic does show up in another source. I'll have to double check. I'm not super well versed in my Sonic knowledge compared to some people. But...
So there's just another manual that says, you know, Vector is really excited for the new Pope coming around.
Potentially. Although I feel like if it's Vector, given the... Oh! No, I was going to say, like, maybe Vector would be happier if the Pope was from Florida, but I realize Vector's a crocodile and not an alligator, so that doesn't make any sense.
Sonic Universe, we could just chalk it up to a mistranslation, call it a retcon, instead of calling it a retcon. I mean, you know, Eggman is pronounced feminist in the American version when he's supposed to actually be a pronounced misogynist.
I know technically crocodiles also live in Florida too, B, but generally when you think of big-ass underwater reptile that lives in Florida, it's generally alligator is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. I don't think that I knew that was coming. I don't think...
Another face rocket, add it to the tally.
I think that any American living outside of Florida probably doesn't know the difference between a crocodile and an alligator anyways. I sure as hell don't. And I like to consider myself learned.
I think it's... You can usually tell by the way their teeth are aligned. I think that's the main thing.
It's auto-aim. I mean, yeah, sure.
I know Florida has salties, so I am very familiar with that.
Salties is in, like, a different type of alligator?
Saltwater crocodiles.
Oh, yeah, okay. They're internally seasoned. Alligator meat is good though. I've had like alligator sausage before. It's pretty peak. Well, I would say peak, but it's I don't know. It's nice. It's a good combination between like, you know, I would say pork and chicken kind of stuff. It's not crazy, but like it's pretty good. I can see why they do some swamp wrangling.
Generally, I wouldn't expect predatory animals to have like the best meat content in terms of flavor.
Well, maybe they're they have the best meat content in terms of flavor because they're like the forbidden meat of the animal kingdom. Nobody dares, you know, bite the lion's ass.
I mean, I could think of a few African hunting dogs that would bite a lion in the ass.
This is a bad room to be in. Yeah, definitely. I know that they got some crazy wild dogs out in the wild over there.
So they got Rhodesian Ridgebacks. I know. Well, that's domesticated dog breed, but to breed those, get like half a dozen of them, they'll literally make lions cower in fear and get them to stay in place. They're just scared shitless of them.
Oh, uh-oh. Might be the first instance of a Arachnotron actually being a little threatening in kind of a compromising position.
What are you doing, Step Arachnotron?
He's not bending me over quite that far.
Hey, you said compromising position. I just went with the flow.
That's true. And for that, you earn a Grimmy snack.
All right, I've decided canonically, Grimmy snacks are payments of $100.
Hold on. You don't get to decide the Crash Icarus canon.
It's named after me, damn it! I get to decide the canon.
Damn. He's got a good point there, Chad. I think I might be my wallet might be financially ruined.
You've heard of Death of the Author. Now get ready for the threatening at gunpoint the author.
The I wasn't asking of the author.
Less of a suggestion, more of a demand of the author.
Yeah, the demand of the author. Chekhov's demand, if you will.
Chekhov's grenade launcher.
You ate alligator fried once and got bad indigestion? Oh, sorry to hear that, D. I mean, they probably, I guess they probably just didn't fry it very good. It's probably raw still a little bit, if I had to imagine. So I think alligator's kind of a little bit like of a white meat, if anything, right? I'm asking right as if you know, but...
I mean, if you're saying that it's like a combination of pork and chicken, I'd have to assume it'd be more like a white meat.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a white meat, so it might be a little harder for, like, you know, telling doneness, I guess. Plus, you know, I don't know, maybe they got it from a particularly nasty swamp. There may have been parasites there or something like that. Critters that did not die. Come on, Archvile.
Well, at least Florida doesn't have Pandira. That'd be a lot worse.
There we go. Fight the Cacodemon. What'd you say about Florida?
I said at least Florida doesn't have Candiro. That would probably be a lot worse.
I know that's one of the animals you've shown me. Which one is it?
No, I have not. I definitely know for a fact I've not shown that one.
Well,
that is the really thin, the really small eel that had all of the urban legends about how they would swim up your pee stream into your urethra.
Someone's into that.
Yeah, no,
you know
okay,
someone's into that.
The swimming up the pee stream thing is a myth. However, if you decide that you want to go swimming in the Amazon with your schlong hanging out, don't be surprised if one at least tries going for it. But no, they can't fucking upswim your pee hole like fucking turbo salmon or anything like that. So yeah, if you want to take a piss in the Amazon River, like, be my guest. I don't know why you'd want to.
I'm pissing in the Amazon! How do you like that, Obama? Do your best Eggman roleplay.
But yeah, they are parasitic eels. That do like to swim into bigger fish's gills.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got the red key. Go do this. Right? No? Okay.
Nope.
There's like a switch somewhere.
Red key doesn't lower. You have to find the switch that lowers the red key door.
Oh, darn. Those clever map makers got me again.
Person spoiled yet again.
Well, at least I got a
really
stim pack.
Getting caught up in a bunch of other stuff. I didn't have time to comment on like other map stuff, but yeah, Baron's Den is another one of the so damn big and confusing maps.
Yeah, it's coming out a little bit that way. I mean, not too bad. I'm just happy to not be shoved into a, you know, an OSHA non-compliant tight space, a confined space. That's the official term for it. I should know this because I'm a safety officer.
I do know the next map has definitely quite a bit in terms of confined spaces.
You're gonna need a permit for that.
And then the map after that one is probably the most infamous map for most people, and also the last mega map made by Drake O'Brien.
I see. All right.
Noticing a pattern with the map size. Yeah, once you get to the last third of TNT, everything starts to get a little bit too big for its own good.
Well, I suppose I could stand on this for a second. Oh, hey, look at that. Teleporter. Oh, I hear a Revenant.
I hear 2 Revenants.
Ooh. 1 Revenant, 2 Revenant, big Revenant, blue Revenant. I love I think I might have mentioned this last stream, but I love the Revenant's death sound. It's the most satisfying one in my brain.
The bones crunching.
Yeah. It's also just very distinct. It stands out above all the other death sounds in my mind. I can always hear it the easiest. What'd that
I
do?
don't know. I'd still very much enjoy Archvile death noises, just
Oh,
because it sounds like they're saying "Wahaha."
Archvile death noises are definitely still pretty good, but I don't know. I love that bone crunching sound. It's a lot more visceral and you know, really in tune with that Doom killing demons kind of vibe. But I mean, the one for the Archvile is definitely appropriate, just given how it's very Martian-like.
Yeah.
Okay, collect other shit here. Then I can go take the funny secret path over there.
I also enjoy the Cacodemon death noise too, but I think that's
Oh, yeah.
honestly because every time I hear it, the other thing it also immediately reminds me of is the Lego Star Wars Forlom death noise.
That man, that's a deep one even for me, and I know I know my Lego Star Wars.
You not know what that one is?
I
What that one sounds
forget.
like?
I forget that one. That's probably one of the characters I didn't play very often. Is that like one of the bounty hunters, like that bug one?
It's it's supposed to be the bounty hunter protocol droid. So it's like the C-3PO bounty hunter. It just goes like.
Yeah, that one. That was pretty good. I guess that makes more sense than what I'm thinking of, which is like Richard Nixon impression, doing the whole Futurama jowls type thing.
Oh, what the awu?
No, the more.
Oh, the boss net.
Yeah, there you go. You don't have headphones on, so you can commit to that. If I commit to that, my headphones are gonna go onto the fucking floor. Oh, thank you, zombie man.
You want to take the big poo poo.
Oh, fuck it, Revenant missiles, go away already.
I hope one day we do actually get an official Star Wars character called Glub Shido. The cycle be complete.
The cycle will be complete. George Lucas can finally rest easy, knowing that he's created another iconic, inspired another iconic masterpiece of a character. All right, I'm getting sick of this.
So many fucking good Star Wars names. I think my favorite one. Well, I forget what the guy's first name is, but it's the fucking guy trying to deal death sticks to fucking Obi-Wan in Episode 2. I just know his last name is Sleazebagano.
Sleazebagano? Oh my god. That just sounds like an on-the-nose Italian stereotype.
For as much as I think that Attack of the Clones is the weakest of the prequels, I fucking love the whole death stick scene. It's so stupid.
I don't remember no death stick scene.
It's the, you want to buy some death sticks? You don't want to sell me death sticks. I don't want to sell you death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. I want to go home and rethink my life.
Oh.
Just Obi-Wan just casually convincing a drug dealer to turn their life around through mind tricks.
Man, that's all it takes? Shit. They must have great rehabilitation over in Coruscant.
Yeah, I mean, well, if the Jedi didn't fucking suck ass as a fucking institution, they'd probably be really good for the overall fucking societal progression.
But no, we have to sit on the council and do nothing, Etoble. Glub Shido's the key to all this, yeah. He'll be the key to the, like, the sequels when we go get Star Wars 9 through 12 in the year 2030.
9 through 12. Alright, Crash has confirmed that Rise of Skywalker never happened.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that theory.
Hey, we already had an episode 9 Crash. No, we didn't. It never happened.
It never happened. This is not an opinion about Star Wars anymore. This is an opinion about me not admitting fault and not knowing how to count.
They fly now? Somehow Palpatine has returned? What are you talking about? You must have hit your head pretty hard.
Come on, we're going to go see we're going to go see The Phantom Menace in theaters.
You couldn't with Revenge of the Sith, or you just couldn't think of the name?
Yeah. I accidentally almost said Revenge of the Sith, and I'm like, wait, that's not episode 1.
I mean, you could just said go see episode 3. That's the joke.
I was trying to say episode 1, though. I was trying to go with Phantom Menace. That's what I was aiming for. I just had the name wrong on my tongue.
Phantom Men ass? What about Phantom Woman ass? SMH.
I think you might be onto something.
So Star Wars if it was Rogue. Phantom Woman Ace.
Stupid.
Jar Jar Twinks.
Jar Jar Twinks. Oh no. That's certainly been drawn already. You could go on to DeviantArt right now. You could go on to DeviantArt right now and find fan art of Jar Jar Twinks. That I can guarantee you.
I cannot for the fucking life of me watch a fucking playthrough of Paper Mario 64 anymore without fucking laughing my ass off because of fucking Twink.
Oh yeah, the star. God, that name did not age well.
This speech, I'm here to help you. What's your name? Twink.
Poor Nintendo.
I'm half expecting, like, it's like, Twink, how are you gonna help me escape Bowser? But obviously, by surfing guns.
Surfing? Okay, that's what that does. Son of a bitch. Okay. There we go. Alright. Uh-oh, I hear something moving. Okay, well, maybe not a spell of instant monster closet. Although there's one.
Okay, I don't know how to transition to this, so I'm just gonna say it. Chewbacca no Pico.
That's disgusting. I want more.
It popped into my head and I felt the need to say it. I don't know.
Oh, that just puts me back here. Fuck, I wasn't done with that area yet.
I want that Twink obliterated. It's such a good statement. It's just so innately funny.
It is. Shit, where do I go with this again? Now I gotta backtrack all the way over there.
So I like how this level is called Baron's Den. I don't think we've seen a single Baron yet.
Yeah, I was about to comment on, I was about to kind of comment on that too. This is, it's kind of dumb. It's mostly just a series of closets and zombie men.
Baron's dead, looks inside, imp.
Just a very tiny Baron. Oh, okay, well. This might unironically be the best opportunity to do this.
I chop her the meatball.
I'm sorry, Pain Elemental. We can't let you have the little child. You have to take the baby out of your mouth.
More like Baron Den? Yeah, I've made that joke before, D, but it's a good joke.
Ah, that's wordplay. That's something that only somebody with an operating knowledge of the English language would come up with. Oh, wait, I'm getting turned around here. This way? No, I'm... I'm so turned around. Okay. Oh, there's two entrances to that room. That's why I'm getting confused. Fuck me. Okay. And this... Okay, and that's just where I came into there normally. Find a secret. Okay, and that's how I get that. Now I teleport out here. Okay, now I know where I am. That's...
Using the chainsaw for its original purpose. I see. You deny your
chainsaw its purpose. I gotta play Metal Gear Rising at some point on this channel. God, I can't wait. Oh wait, this isn't good.
But considering how often you mentioned that, I was a little surprised when you mentioned you were gonna do Shadow Generations last stream.
Well, you know, Defective has influence over me. He wants me to play it, and so I will.
Yeah, probably right. I guess you have mentioned Shadow Generations as many times as Metal Gear Rising, so I guess it isn't that surprising. But
the hell did I teleport?
I mean, I'm not opposed. I enjoy my Sonic. Well, I enjoy watching people play Sonic and yap about Sonic. I maybe don't enjoy playing Sonic myself.
Yeah, I think it'll end up being pretty good. I don't really play very much Sonic, but Sonic 3 got defective into the movie Sonic 3 got defective into the Sonic kind of franchise, and now his Twitter is full of you know, all sorts of various Sonic things that do not merit further description. You know, he got into playing some of the games, and he really likes Generations. I haven't played Generations, so Or at least he likes Shadow
Yeah,
Generations. Not a big fan of the original Generations, but yeah.
Sonic
it's
Generations,
nice.
I still think is like a top 3 Sonic game.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I think his problem with it is just that he's so used to Shadow Generations improved controls that like playing original Generations feels wrong to him.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Like if I was gonna play Generations again, I'd probably prefer to play the remaster. But I mean, I don't know. I've played like the old version of Generations, and I don't mind it. But I think the remaster does tweak stuff a little bit to have it control a bit better. So I'd probably play that version instead. What if instead of Doom Guy he was called Mood Guy? What if instead of Doom Guy he was called Doom Non-Binary?
Have I told Defective about Crank the Hog yet? No, I in fact have not. Defective, if you're in chat, let me know so that way we can tell the story of Crank the Hog, or the concept.
Oh yes, the new Sonic OCs, Crank and Squeeze the Hogs.
Crank and Squeeze Hog. Sonic the Crank Hog.
Or that instead of that being 2 separate Sonic OCs, maybe that's just one Sonic OC's full name. His full name is Crank and Squeeze the Hog.
Yeah, or I think Crank the Squeeze Hog kind of rolls off the tongue a little better. I know it doesn't fit grammar. If you, I'll go back to the.
Just accept... What?
No, good.
I was just gonna say I could accept Crankin as a name just because I've been watching Walton Files a lot, and that's like an actual name in that.
I was gonna say with the joke about or Dude Ken made about the Doom Guy versus Mood Guy. Be like, that's some Undertale naming conventions. That's making Deltarune type shit.
Doom Guy is an anagram for yum good.
It is. You're right. We should have a game called Yum Good. I think that's basically Chex Quest, right?
I mean, yeah, more or less.
I feel like going back to Sonic Generations, pretty, I'm hopeful. I think it'll be all right. I don't, since I know Generations is one of the better revered modern Sonic games, I think I'll have fun with it. Like, to remind everyone, I'm actually pretty big fan of, Frontiers is probably my favorite Sonic game there is now. I haven't played too many Sonic games. I kind of dropped off after the GameCube era just because, like, I don't know. Sonic Adventure 2 is fun, but, like, not, like, peak cinema for me. So, like, and especially going back now, the game's kind of ass, not gonna lie. But, I grew up with, Sonic Adventure. Actually, I grew up on originally the Genesis. I actually had, the first 2 Sonic games, so I grew up with that. Had a little bit of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on the GameCube, and then just, I don't know, Sonic kind of lost its charm for me. And then just kind of came back into the modern era. Heard like Sonic Frontiers has like the best soundtrack in the world, or at least has some of the hardest boss soundtrack things in recent memory, and decided, yeah, I'll give this a shot. Why not? This is basically Metal Gear Rising, but Sonic Edition. At least that's what it looked like from the outside. So yeah, I'm interested to see what I missed with Generations. But I do really love what Frontiers did with the fact that it's very kind of like, it's not the most well polished game, and there's definitely things I would still improve about it. But like, the fact that it's kind of getting close to my ideal Sonic game of like, what if Sonic had a freeform environment to do Banjo-Kazooie like things in it, and like do physics stuff that like uses the fact that Sonic is super fast. I think that would be neat. Wouldn't you think that would be neat, everybody? Anyways, here's a game that we kind of got like 70% of the way there on.
I think my top 5 Sonic games in no particular order: Sonic 1, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Adventure 1, I guess the DX port, because I actually haven't played original Dreamcast Adventure 1, Shadow 05, and Sonic Generations. I think those would be my top 5. But I'm mostly saying that as someone who's not, like, super, ingrained into, like, Sonic stuff.
Yeah. I mean, hey, me neither, brother, so...
Yeah, well, I haven't played Frontiers, so I couldn't tell you how I feel about that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's worth trying, but it's also definitely not on like the must-play list either. I think it's probably like a solid like maybe 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. It's good. It's decent. I would recommend it to people and actively, but not fervently. Although I don't know, I never played the post update or the post launch like hi, we finished the end game now patch. So, you know, that might change opinions of things a little bit. I've heard that that's actually good and properly difficult, so.
Well, the only two things I've heard about Frontiers in terms of, like, the negatives have just been the pop-in, which that was a given, I think, after seeing, like, the first few, like, showcases of it.
Oh, yeah, no, the pop-in is absolute dog shit. You,
Yeah.
I think I forgot about that. Yeah, my score has now been affected by the fact that if you want to play the game properly, you need to install a mods to get rid of the pop-in problem.
Yeah, and then the second complaint was not a launch complaint, it was a post DLC update complaint. It was just the fucking trials that you have to do to get, like, the true ending, and how they fucking absolutely made, like, the refight of Wyvern the absolute, like, worst fucking thing imaginable.
I've heard.
Because of, like, all the perfect parrying shit you need to do.
Yeah, and given how that's, like, a very tight frame window.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is rough.
Oh, great. There's an archvile and he teleported somewhere. That's not concerning.
Yeah, that's not the spookiest fucking thing you could possibly do. Alright, well, he's in a long hallway, so it's just time to, hope he flinches. There we go. Let's see. You grew up with Sonic. Hold on, let me catch up with you there, D. And, I guess everyone else. Frontiers is goated. Glad you think so. Thankfully, you missed 06. Yeah, no, I didn't want to... Ugh. Don't want to really touch that.
Hey, I have played 06. I enjoyed it, and it's so bad it's really funny, right?
Defective has shown me there is at least one instance in the game where, still in the game, where like the voice actor was taking a second shot at a line, and they just kept the fucking first and second.
Oh yeah,
attempt at the line.
they kept him flubbing the line in. Yeah, it's very funny.
That's great. Good quality control, Sega. Thanks for that.
Yeah, at least 06 from a gameplay perspective, I think I would enjoy in the same way that I enjoy X6 as a game, as in I would just try to fucking break it as much as possible.
That's fair.
And
that's a valid way to enjoy the gameplay experience.
Yeah, 06 has no shortage of spots you could do that in.
And then Sonic 3D Blast, like, yeah, I mean, that was not my first ever game, but it was something I had on the Genesis as a kid. Was not very good at it. I don't think I ever got past, like, level 2.
My first Sonic game, because I played through the Mega Collection.
Oh, this fucking sucks as an area.
Oh, hey, the Barons finally showed up, so this is the den that we've heard about.
Less of a fucking den and more of a cage match. What is this shit? Oh, I thought I saved more recently than that. God damn it. I could have sworn I saved before I actually went down to that corridor. Oh well. Oh, that's actually a lot to have to go back and do.
Yeah, Project 06 does exist if you want to play a good version of 06. I also didn't they also I don't know if it's the same team or a different team, but didn't they also make like an update to Shadow the Hedgehog to make it like a better game too?
Yeah, I think there is. That sounds about right. I don't remember too much of what made things better, but it's, you know,
I wouldn't mind playing that because like I still enjoy Shadow 05.
Yeah, I do too.
But, like, I'd be very curious to see, like, because I could definitely admit that, like, Shadow 05 does have its fair share of issues in a lot of places. But honestly, I think in terms of at least how it plays, I think it plays extremely well. I just think a lot of the faults with Shadow 05 tend to come from, like, you know, certain requirements for getting good ranks, or the fact that if you have to unlock the fucking true ending, you have to do 10 different paths, and that, you know, having to restart with Stopolis 10 separate times minimum is a little stupid.
It gets a bit excessive, yeah.
But like,
I mean, otherwise, yeah,
I enjoy.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I enjoy like it from a gameplay perspective. Honestly, a lot of Shadow 05's failings really come from either how it's trying to tell its story and how like progression and like little things with like everything. But the base gameplay I think works really well. I mean, hell, I enjoyed Shadow 05 enough to fucking get all the A ranks in it, and almost get all of the keys. So, that's at least got to say something to me. But yeah, I get why not everyone likes it.
Yeah, it does kind of have a weird energy to it, and like it is, you know, there are certainly some clunky things about the game and its controls that don't quite work right. The camera also just hates you in that game.
Well, it's sort of funny that you mentioned that, because to me, it's like, I feel like even Shadow, in terms of a lot of its issues, like either the camera or the game feel or whatever, it's like, I can still enjoy it, but having played Shadow so many times, I basically cannot for the fucking life of me ever go back to play Sonic Heroes. Like, in my opinion, I fucking hate playing Sonic Heroes. Because I'm trying to play it, because it runs, I think, on the exact same engine as Shadow does, and it's fucking hate playing this. like Heroes would be a game I would put in like my fucking bottom 3 Sonic games, because I fucking hate playing it. And this is like before you get to like, you know, like all of like the weird shit with like the Chaotix missions and just everything. And like the fucking stages go on for way too fucking long. The special stages suck dick in that game.
I actually really liked Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is probably my favorite of the GameCube games.
Heroes and just be like, I'm gonna fucking hate Heroes because I'm a contrarian or whatever. I've tried to fucking like Heroes. I cannot for the life of me stand playing that fucking game.
I mean, hey, fair enough. If that's your lived experience, then that's totally cool.
And also to bear in mind, I am playing the GameCube version, not the fucking PS2 version that's super prone to breaking either. So, yeah, I'm like, I cannot stand that game.
I don't know. I like the
fucking fantastic though. So I'll give it that.
Yeah, I like the multiple team composition things, and I don't find. I mean, some of the Team Chaotix stuff is a little bit annoying, but it's kind of like more like okay, it's kind of like it's like Doom Secrets. Once you figure it out, like you know exactly what you have to do and where you have to go on the map, so it's not really that bad. And like, I think I could complain though, like Dark Story just is not really it, because a lot of the time, especially in like those arena challenges, it's like you're just grinding up your super and then using it.
Yeah.
It's
because the way that it works in that, because the way that because it's like the team composition is your difficulty select. That's what fucks me. And it's like why it's so weird to me, because it's like, oh, you pick Team Sonic, all right, it's normal mode. If you pick Team Rose, it's easy mode. If you pick Team Dark, it's hard mode. If you pick Team Chaotix, it's fuck you, do this dumb bullshit mode.
Yeah, it's bonus mode. And then you have to do all of them in order to actually, you know, get the final
and it's
ending.
like you're playing through all of the same stages again and again and again, and it's like I complain about how you have to play like Westopolis like 10 fucking times in Shadow the Hedgehog, but like at least after Westopolis I could mix my route up a little bit. Heroes, nah, you're playing the same shit over and over again. The only difference is how long you're fucking spending in the levels.
Yep.
Because their definition of difficulty is, oh, if you're playing as Team Rose, the level ends in 3 minutes. If you're playing as Team Dark, the level ends in 20. Ugh. Yeah, I cannot for the life of me fucking stand Sonic Heroes, and it's like I don't want to fucking like be like, oh, I hate it. It's like bottom 3, game sucks, fucking like you know, no redemption. But it's like I for the life of me cannot fucking stand that game for just so many reasons.
I'm missing 5 kills somewhere. I don't really think I want to traverse the map again to find 5 kills, so we're ending this. Or not. Okay.
Oh, don't worry. The 5 kills are right there.
They come to me. They come to me. Excellent.
Yeah, playing the Chaos level ending 60, depending on the mission. Yeah, I know. And what's so stupid about that, too, is that, like, Chaotix mission mode is essentially, you know, having to do all the missions in, like, the Shadow the Hedgehog level, so you think, like, well, if you enjoy Shadow, you should like the Chaotix missions, right? Or it's like, if you hated Chaotix missions, you should hate Shadow, right? I think Shadow does it better.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think it also helps that Shadow also gives you checkpoints you can fucking warp to if you miss anything.
Yeah, if you miss something with Team Chaotix, good luck, asshole. You're going through the whole level again.
The whole stage until you get to wrap back again at the beginning. Fuck.
You find that like one toad that you didn't like, you know, play a song to or something.
Eggman over the fucking comments like, all right, team, you need to jerk off 5 frogs in order to find the chow. Like, what?
Huh?
Like, how does this help? It's like, it's to test you.
I think Eggman just wants a little bit of special service with at the end of his contract.
Eggman's captured by Metal, but he's like, I'm going to do a little trolling.
Oh god. Okay, Berenstain. What a map.
Yeah.
And then
next one's decently long too, but next one I think is also a lot more linear in terms of the map design, so I don't think it should be too bad.
Alright. Oh, this is this lullaby song again. Oh,
I got
hey,
one double
I vaguely recognize this map. This is,
Oh yeah, well that little, you know, offering table with all the Doom guys is technically the exit.
Yeah, that's what I remember it for. If you do, like, an insane task only, like, or actually, did Zero Master manage to do it in TAS or in real time? I
You
can't
did
remember.
it in TAS. You can technically do it in co-op without TAS stuff, because you can just, like, rocket boost your pal to the exit, but in single player, yeah, you gotta, like, fucking wrap around, like, multiple fucking revenant brackets to do it. If you can do it in an actual session, it just requires a shit ton of patience and no fucking up. Speaking of which, I think you're already taking, like, a fuckload of damage.
Oh, God, I took way more damage from that than I intended to. Jesus.
Well, at least you got a Berserk pack to top you off, though.
Hooray! Berserk Pack. My beloved.
I almost kind of like how it's like a little, like, church chapel area, like, right as you're starting out.
Yeah, there's a little bit of recognition for, like, what's going on here.
Oh boy, and now it's time for the super thin hallways featuring elevators.
I'm so tired of super thin hallway.
For the record, these hallways are basically the reason why a lot of people are convinced you cannot beat this level UV pacifist.
Yeah.
Because I'm good fucking luck.
You literally can't. It's just linear specters, like.
I know D. I am like 99% sure I know which enemy from Quake you're talking about.
What's the funny enemy?
Are they the enemy that also shoot the tracking rocket projectile? That happen to also share a name with a very common fetish?
Oh. God. Are we Brett posting again? I fucking hope we're not.
No, it's not this. No, it's not Brat posting.
Thank God.
Not Brat posting.
I said it was common.
I don't know why the fucking Discord is so... Well, I'd say the entire Discord, it's real. It's just D. Let's be fucking real.
Yeah, it's just D, and then occasionally when you feel like messing with me, you join in.
I put fart.mp4 like once. That's all I've done.
Oh, that's a cool aesthetic. I mean, it's simple, but for, like, fucking DOS era graphics, that's cool to have, like, yeah.
Well, those aren't custom graphics.
Plans.
That's the burning barrel object. They just sunk it into the floor multiple times.
Well, still, it looks cool just to have a tiny window out to see.
Yeah, it is cool.
Like
it is cool.
I like that. Although, didn't we just go deep underground? I guess it makes sense. It's dark as hell. Oh, hello. See that guy? You like messing with people? Oh, yeah, like, trust me, I understand, too. I love messing with people. It is also just slowly turning the server into a fetish server, and I'm... we just gotta moderate your pace on that. If we're Brat posting every day, then there might be a problem.
Like, Brat posts too much, suddenly people are gonna think you have a fetish.
Yes.
Knock on the devil's door enough, he will appear.
Tempt fate enough and fate will get sick of your bullshit. And then that's what you'll be known for. Although I will admit, the funniest one of all those posts was the Oil Man comic, because... Fuck. Of course.
Official comic.
Of course there has to be an official comic with that from Oil Man. Fuck me.
Of course, the fucking controversial post, and it happens to involve Oil Man in some way.
Thanks, D, for clarifying that you'd say if you don't have a thing for it.
Sure, right. Just like how, you know, also didn't do anything to Chris Chan, as we brought up in that one stream.
That's a screenshot for the ages. I should let me just take that comment and put it in the folder.
Just like the stream when you come back, just put it just fucking over the overlay on the BRB stream.
Yeah.
For everyone to see.
Please, Baron, I am but a fragile child. I don't know how to dodge. There we go.
You're so good at doing the Slim Shady screech, like unintentionally.
I guess I am the real Shady. Unfortunately, I am sitting down, so.
Oh, you know, I agree, D. Like, I'm pretty sure I brought this up in a stream, but it's like, there's nothing wrong with having fetishes, but there's also, like, a keep it to yourself type thing with that, you know, deal.
Yeah, no, there's fundamentally nothing wrong with it, and I don't, there's not a moral problem. I'm still allowed to be disgusted and pass judgment on people, though. Superficial judgment, mind you, but judgment nonetheless. Passing judgment is like one of my favorite pastimes.
I won't king shame, but if you're gonna post in general, I'll king shame you on that.
King shame you a little bit.
We king shame a little as a lesson.
As a lesson, as a treat, you know. But given that I'm the whole Icarus thing, I don't think I'm going to learn that lesson.
No, the king shame is only a treat if they have a humiliation fetish.
Well, that's if you're the bottom in the kink shaming relationship there, you know. If your fetish is kink shaming top parentheses top, then you're the one who wants to do the kink shaming.
Well, I think what I have.
And congratulations, we've just reinvented sadism and masochism.
Yeah, some have a moral problem. Well, yeah, generally it's like I have like. Well, I realized I had like my 4 don'ts when it comes to fetishes, but I guess technically it should also be like 5 if you count like, you know, R-wording people, but I think that one's like a given.
Yeah. That in fact should not happen in reality. That is in fact bad.
But it was also like it was like the 4 do not fucks, and it was like you don't fuck family, you don't fuck animals, you don't fuck minors, and you don't fuck corpses. It was like the general one, and I guess like for me, on a personal level, like, scat is out of the fucking question.
That is also very much out of the question, yes. Now, let's get into the debate about corpses. That's the one that I would think was most debatable.
All right, then.
It's not about me. It's just that, I don't know. At a certain point, you just die. You become an inanimate lump of flesh. What's bad about that, necessarily?
Okay, well, I mean, if it's until death do us part, you both die at the same time, and you're both, like, you know, curled up with each other, spooning in your fucking coffin, I think it's fine. I mean the whole, like, living person having consensual, you know, sex with fucking necro corpse thing is probably not okay. If it can't consent, it's probably not okay.
It's a grave. It can't consent because it's literally just organic flesh at that point. It's a corpse. You're defiling. The only thing you're defiling there is somebody's
unless
memory.
You somehow managed to get an actual zombie GF, I don't think fucking having sex with corpses is ever gonna be okay.
Hold on, I'm just talking about going and robbing some graves. I don't know what you're on.
Well, I'm pretty sure also robbing graves is illegal, so that's another, you know, immoral thing about it.
Oh, hey Gabriel, you're back at a great time. We're talking about the moral repercussions of necrophilia. Wanna join?
I think that also thinking about the whole thing kind of reminds me of the post about like how, you know, whether or not like what anthropomorphic like animal characters are okay to have sex with, or is like coming to the whole like fictional character thing. And I remember the big one was everyone was like, okay, is it moral to have sex with Scooby-Doo? And I know that sparked so many fucking debates. And at least in my opinion, no. Even though technically he can speak and he's intelligent, no, because he's still technically someone's pet. Like, that's still weird to me.
Oh yeah, it's definitely on the weird factor. I don't like that. I think saying the idea of can you fuck Scooby-Doo is that's not an idea I really want to consider for any length of time.
Oh, okay. Apparently, fucking Scooby-Doo is too fucking weird for Crash, but fucking corpses, that's A-okay. Alright.
Yes, because Scooby-Doo is, like, alive, and he's gonna go, like, row, Reggie, row. I'm rumming. Like, this fucking... I don't want to think of that. I don't want to think about that. Meanwhile, it's just like, I don't know, a corpse is just it's an item. It's there. You pick up a corpse in fucking Baldur's Gate 3.
It's a fucking item.
It like weighs 120 pounds. It's fucking going against your carrying capacity. Like, it's just an item at that point. It's definitely disgusting and like full of maggots and formaldehyde and other stenches that I don't enjoy, but you know.
I just remember thinking about like Scooby-Doo, not okay to fuck. Courage the Cowardly Dog, not okay to fuck. Nick Wilde from Zootopia, that one's fine. Huckleberry Hound, that one's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow they're less disturbing. Gabriel, wouldn't you?
It's the pet aspect. If it's someone's actual pet, it's fucking weird. It's like, no, don't do that. Like, if it was like Tom from Tom and Jerry, it'd be like, no, absolutely fucking not.
Oh, this is the Harkness test.
Jerry's
yeah,
a gray
right.
area. I will say that. Jerry's a gray area.
Who's a gray area?
Jerry of Tom and Jerry.
Oh. Wait, so hold on. It's the pet ownership that's really fucking you up? That's the problem?
To me, if an anthropomorphic animal character is someone's actual pet, then it's fucking weird to have sex with them. If they're a fucking anthropomorphic character, but they're like fully their own person, like in the case of like any of the Zootopia characters, then yeah, it's totally fine.
Okay, I sort of see what you're getting with the fact that that rule sets makes Jerry a maybe is like fucking with me. I don't like, huh? Like it's more like in the sense of how like if you consider like Kantian versus utilitarian ethics, you'll end up with like some weird things where it's like, well, technically you have no duty to honor your dying brother's last wish because they are dead under one form of ethics, but you probably should because under Kantian duty is the whole name of the game. But it's like, or just how the trolley problem works itself out under those two circumstances. So it's just like, oh, okay, so like Jerry is arguable then because he's just his own independent being in the Tom and Jerry universe. but if he was actually considered a pet by any of the human characters in that lore, then it would be off limits.
It would be weird.
Okay.
Yeah, then it would be weird. Well, it'd be along the same lines. Like, if you wanted to have sex with Goofy, I think it'd be fine. If you want to have sex with Pluto, that's weird. Like, that's like, okay, what are you doing?
I didn't expect TNT Evilution to lead to this kind of discussion.
Well, we're hitting the fucking, like, mega maps, man. It was gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I think Scoobs would be like telling your lads you clapped their mom, haha. Now, hold on. That's a strong argument for Scooby-Doo now. Just so you can fuck with your friends.
Like, are we gonna have a debate on which fictional anthropomorphic animal characters are like, are we giving more examples?
No, let's not. At least not make a debate out of it. If you want to say your favorite guilty would, then go ahead. But like, I don't think it's worth turning into a debate. Full on.
Well, I mean, we're not doing a hear me out stream.
I guess so.
Time.
Yeah, I guess a hear me out stream.
I guess to come along the same lines, I guess using a Mega Man example, it's like you probably wouldn't have sex with Rush, but like Blizzard Wolfang is fair game.
Rush, but what? What was the second part of that sentence?
Oh, I said you wouldn't have sex with Rush, but like Blizzard Wolfang is fair game.
Yeah. Well, that's because Rush isn't exactly what I would call intelligent. Rush is more or less just a dog running on oil instead of blood.
But he can only... Okay, but what if it's the Ruby Spears one that can kind of talk like Scooby-Doo? Then what?
Oh. It's been a while since I've seen the Ruby Spears version of things. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Not me, but maybe somebody.
Well, Gabriel, Lola Bunny would be fine because she's a fucking functioning member of society.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Lola Bunny's fair game, Bugs Bunny's fair game, Daffy Duck's fair game.
Well, in some incarnations, she's a functioning member of society. In other incarnations, she tries to use a phone to like whisk eggs.
Taz is a gray area, though. Taz is definitely a gray area.
Yeah. Taz is a little bit on that side of he's not quite all there.
Yeah, Taz is definitely depends on the incarnation of him, because like that one's a little weird.
I fucking didn't see
I want to say like most of the, well, I guess the other one that sort of comes up with that is like, Bugs Bunny's okay, but Sylvester is off limits. Because technically he's owned by Granny.
Yeah.
So you couldn't have sex with Sylvester. That's immoral.
I guess we forgot to save again, and there's no health on this goddamn map.
I'm getting distracted by having sex with animals.
No, scrub that from the record. Please, just a health pack more.
I mean, Chad, if you want to offer up any more examples, I'd be happy to be curious about debating on that.
Yeah, let's take fucking Grimm's anthropurity tests. This is unironically a great topic of discussion.
Considering your thoughts on necrophilia earlier, I don't think you have any fucking soapbox to stand on, my guy.
Okay, just wait till you hear me defend non-reproductive incest.
Sonic the Hedgehog, immoral because he's a minor.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's like 15.
Oh, I guess so. Weird. I have always imagined Sonic being at least of drinking age.
Amy would also not be fine. Also minor. Rouge is fair game though.
Rouge being the only adult in the room actually kind of starts explaining things.
I think Rouge is at least 30 in canon.
Damn. All right.
Well, actually, well, here's the funny thing. Sonic is immoral to have sex with because he's a minor. Shadow is fair game because he's at least 50.
That's true. Well, that does raise the question: do you count stasis as part of? I mean, you are counting stasis in your statement as like part of someone's age. I feel like there's a debate to be made though about the fact that he actually hasn't had time to mature in the world and learn things. He's been, locked away in a pod for most of his life.
Okay, she's at least 18 though, right? Which I feel like is a very soft thing for me coming out of my mouth, but I'm pretty sure Rouge is at least like up there.
Probably. I don't know. Fuck it.
Okay, well, first of all, you don't make a fucking character design like Rouge the Bat and be like, yeah, she's underage.
Well, I don't know. It is Japan.
There's no fucking way.
It is Japan.
You do not give a bat assets like that and be like, yeah, she's under 18. No fucking shot.
She fell in a vat of estrogen and progesterone when she was a child.
she fell in a vat of short stack aside.
Rouge the Bat is kind of a wood, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, Rouge I think is fair game. I think most of the other Sonic characters, probably not.
No, I guess not. Sega said Shadow's physically still underage because of stasis and being the ultimate life form. Alright, fair enough. I guess, yeah. Shadow's completely off limits too, then.
Pachacamac would also be fair game. But he's dead, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Who the fuck is that?
the fucking Elder Echidna from Adventure 1.
Oh. I didn't know his name was ever spoken. It probably isn't. It's probably in the manual or some shit. I mean, you basically, to me, you just like invented a Rumpelstiltskin type character.
Mom, obviously, that one's also a given. Vector, I think, is fine. Big the Cat's fine.
Vector wouldn't do it though because he's a Catholic and he would have to wait until marriage.
Vector would only do it if you paid him.
Or paid him enough money, yeah.
Which then the immoral stop being from having sex with an anthropomorphic animal and then come down to, well, that's just prostitution.
Yeah. That's a-okay. Ugh.
Oh yes, the conductor from the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is also fair game. Also very likely, honestly.
I know we were talking about Sonic, but the moment you said conductor, I was first thinking of Sir Topham Hatt. Which, I mean, hey, he is fair game, but he's not.
I mean, he'd be fair game to have sex with, I would think.
He probably has kids. I had to imagine.
Yeah, but then I feel like the only amoral thing about it is that you'd be dating a fucking capitalist.
a full-on suit and suit, tie, and top hat wearing capitalist.
Like yeah, no thanks. Vector's not a No, I'm saying he would only do it if you paid him. But that's where the prostitution comes in.
Team Chaotix really needs to make rent this year. For this month.
D, if you're paying someone specifically for the sake of sexual gratification, that is prostitution. That is legally the definition of prostitution.
Oh, thank fuck, a stim pack. Thanks for the generosity, Ballistics. I could just use a fucking crumb of health in this map. Thank you. It would go so far.
The upside of having all these unhinged conversations is that if any of my family wanted to watch the streams, there's no way they'd last this long.
Yeah, I think I don't know if that's the little scary part for me. I know I explicitly don't tell my family about okay, well that sucked. About the specifics of like my stream. Like I tell them, they know that I stream. They don't really know too much, and they know that I have like a little avatar. I'm not really like explaining the entire complexities of VTubing to them, but like I have not made advise them to watch any of my content because I kind of don't want to have to explain things to my parents about myself.
Yeah.
I don't know how far they would last in this conversation, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Yeah, like my family knows that I do editing for you, but like most of them do not go out of their way to watch the streams, usually because they're busy doing other shit. Like, I think at most. I know my sister watches your chemistry streams.
Yeah.
How much I do know, but like, yeah, generally, like the rest of my family will probably not go out of the way to watch these streams, and like, I'm sure even if I tell like my younger cousins, like, oh, you do work for YouTuber, what's his channel? Like, I'm not telling you because I guarantee I don't want to have to fucking explain to your parents why you've heard some of the most unhinged shit imaginable.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna tell.
Yeah, they're gonna tell their parents about how much Grim, you know, is arguing for the case that, yeah, you know, Jerry is morally fuckable from Tom and Jerry.
I'm not saying Jerry is a definite. Jerry is a gray area. That is what I said. Jerry is like Taz. It's a gray area. Could, but also couldn't. Hard. It's hard to gauge because he's in a weird gray area.
Brennan Stimpack strike again. Thank you for that, D. And I was a little late reading your comment, but yeah.
If I came to contact my parents find out, they'd be very disappointed.
I think, yeah, my parents are supportive of the fact that I'm like taking up a hobby and that I actually enjoy having this hobby. I think they've also asked me along the lines of like, or at least Dad has asked me like, hey, are you actually considering like, are you like thinking about doing YouTube as like a career? I'm like, no, not really. The money would have to be, like, real good for me to actually consider that, because, like, you know, it's no fun selling your soul, pitching out shovelware. Also, cue the fucking angelic music, because I just found a Berserk pack. I'm back, baby. Donkey Kong? Donkey Kong feels like that similar gray area of like how Taz is.
If it's the animated series Donkey Kong, that one's fair game.
Although I'm not sure why that would do it for you, but if it does,
because he talks in complete sentences.
No. I mean, logically, I see why. In a actual attraction sense, I don't see it.
But you're saying you don't want to be showered by Donkey Kong's coconut cream pies?
Not that version of Donkey Kong.
He also has
a
wonderful singing voice, Crash. That is a very attractive thing for some people.
I guess so. He just needs a couple more polygons, honestly. That's my main problem.
Tawna from early Crash game? Tawna from fucking Crash 4, I think, is also totally fair game, too. I don't think it matters which era Tawna's from. I'd also probably just say Crash Bandicoot's also probably fair game, too.
There we go. Cool.
Thoughts on that? Crash Bandicoot? Yay or nay?
Feels a little bit gray, I guess, in the same sense it can't exactly speak. I guess it can do nonverbal communications, or he can do nonverbal communication, but still, nah. I guess it...
for me and 4 wouldn't be clapping me. All right, well, you're just a bitch. I don't know what else to tell you.
I mean, I would also...
That's just a fucking skill issue, man.
I would say with the, with Crash Bandicoot, though, some of these characters, like, okay, Crash Bandicoot, I would not be surprised or necessarily instantly disgusted if I saw that on, you know, a given website. Something like Jerry, I think I would probably be a little bit disgusted at, but that's probably because it's look at him, cute little mouse guy. Mischievous bastard. Meanwhile, you know, Crash Bandicoot is a little bit more adult-coded. Jerry just wants cheese.
Well, Tawna Bandicoot, absolutely. 100% fair game. Regardless if it's Crash 1 or Crash 4.
Any more hit scanners in here? This dark-ass hallway? I'm getting Black Tower vibes. Not liking this level
This
anymore.
also go without saying, but Crunch Bandicoot absolutely fucking okay.
I'm so un-up-to-date on my Bandicoots. I never grew up with Crash Bandicoot.
Crunch Bandicoot is the big bar of Crash Bandicoot.
Alright, yes, that sounds pretty good. Wood. I guess this is on a related conversation note. Last night, me and my buddies in Discord were actually kind of discussing, like what, you know, attractive features for us heterosexual men and what we like in women. And I guess, okay, we're discussing our tastes in women. That's the simple way to say that sentence. And one of the things I brought up is that I don't really understand an attraction to femininity as a quality. I don't really understand what people mean when it's like, oh, well, I really like feminine girls. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Outside of just, like, sexist implications of, you know, domestic and submissive. I don't really get that, and it doesn't seem attractive to me regardless. I'm very, very much more into, like, androgyny and tomboyish women. And, like, my friends are just, they don't really quite understand the words that the arguments that I'm making here. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think I have any real specific, like, turn-ons and turn-offs when it comes to just, like, what I would find attractive in women. I think the only thing that I find is, like, well, I guess from like a physical perspective, like without considering like personality or whatever. I guess the only thing for me that's like a turn-off is freckles, but it's more so from like it triggers my tryptophobia type shit. That's like the only reason.
Oh man, that sucks. You have the can't look at holes disease.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, ooh, honeycomb. Me like honeycomb.
I love how all this conversation, Dude Ken's just like, hey, have you played this Doom mod?
Yeah. Hey, Dude Ken.
Oh, you missed out on some great conversation, or maybe you were lurking the whole time. I don't know.
Maybe you were just waiting for the "Can I fuck Shaggy" or "Can I fuck Scooby" to pass.
No, all right. I'll make this easy in terms of stuff that Crash has or hasn't played. He's only played Doom 1, Doom 2, Master Levels, and TNT Evilution right now. As far as if Alien Vendetta is like going to be something that he will play, if you have a map from Alien Vendetta that you want to submit to Community Night, that's how you get him to play it. That's all.
Yep. Feel free to join the Discord and drop it over there. What did you miss out on? Oh, we did. Oh man, you really did miss out then. We had
the ethics of whether or not
fucking
fictional anthropomorphic animals is okay,
and what the qualifications making it okay or not okay are.
So to give you a baseline, Scooby-Doo not okay. Lola Bunny, A-OK, Jerry from Tom and Jerry, gray area.
I think we're both falling into that line of we would not consider ourselves furries. However, we can make certain arguments.
No, it has nothing to do with being a furry. It just comes with, it's just the more.
No, I understand. The moral qualms I'm saying, but I am also definitely talking about like the. You know what? Never mind. Ugh. Yeah, I don't care.
It doesn't have anything to do with being a furry. It's just be like, hey, is this morally okay? That's all it comes down to.
You're not really much for the trad wife thing, D. Yeah, no, that's definitely the opposite of what I like. I couldn't stand that. I think that'll be the last map for the stream, but let's just.
No, D, you misunderstand. One hole is fine. Multiple holes is too much. I have a hole limit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't like just something about more androgynous women, more tomboyish women. I like that a lot more. I don't really like daintiness or attempting to be like, you know, demure. I hate that shit. Don't do that to me. I want someone who's just gonna say their opinions outright and be bold about things. Like that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer that. I prefer the honesty.
Exactly. And also just, you know, talk about cursed on his shit, too. Straight up just not sexually attracted to furries. Epic. You just think some of the designs are fun? You're not a male bow. Fair enough.
Well, D, the way that you phrase it, it's like, I'm not attracted to furs, so you're not attracted to people who are attracted to the anthropomorphic animals. The animals themselves are not the furries. The furries are the people that are attracted to those animals. Technically.
Well, I think that's, we've done a lot of good work here, gentlemen. Shake hands, shake hands. Yes, yes.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think we can go up from here.
We have a lot to talk about, a lot to make clips of, so good job, everybody.
Actually, you know what? The stream truly went full circle. We started at a zoo in Habitat, and we ended by talking about whether or not it's morally okay to fuck fictional animal characters.
Okay. Well,
Dude,
that's
I love it when a good story bookends itself.
Yeah, it's perfect. We're such good story weavers. All right. I think that's a great way to.
That was especially funny too that we're ending the stream right as we hit the map called Mount Pain.
Yeah, we're gonna need our wherewithal to take on Mount Pain next time. But I think with that's gonna do it for me today. I do need to get onto work and stuff. So yeah, I like how the Doom streams that are unhinged. We have more of an excuse here. Although honestly, I will say, you know, now that we've moved on from Mega Man RPG, I'm like more of a like. Okay, we'll see what happens to the Mega Man streams now, because I was like kind of trying to be, admittedly, a little bit more on the like less unhinged side for playing Mega Man RPG, just because it was like maybe a bit more of a generalized audience there, and didn't
well, and also
want to
you have like various community members in the chat, and you don't know how they're gonna be.
Right, I don't want to fucking dunk H-Man into like, oh hey, let's discuss you know, the morals of necrophilia while playing your funny little fan game.
Like, oh wow, someone finally got to play the game I worked 20 years on. I wonder what they're talking about. Anyway, is it morally okay to put dick in hole?
Yeah, what a legacy. So, you know, maybe with the Wily Wars that'll inspire some more conversations. I do whatever I did command, it is in fact a command D. So take that and I don't know, listen to streamer daddy. Ugh. Hate that. Anyways, this is a good place to leave it off.
When you don't fully commit, that's when it becomes cringe.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Nah, we're not doing cheats to end things off. So that's a good place to end things off, I think. Good place to end things off for the week, for the next 2 weeks, in fact. Because, you know, reminder, I'm not going to be here next week. I'm heading out to ASEN convention this weekend, and going to need some time to recharge over the weekend. So, you know, no streams next week, but I'll be back in 2 weeks with, you know, more. We're starting up Mega Man Wily Wars. We're gonna. How many maps are left in Evolution? You think I got one more Evolution stream with me?
I think you got one more TNT stream. It's just 4 maps left. So
All
I
right,
think
then.
you could probably get this finished by the next Doom stream, and then I guess maybe community night after that, however many streams that'll take.
Yeah, I'll set up the Doom community night, and hopefully we can get that running right after Evolution without a pause in the scheduling. But if there is, then, you know, I don't know, we'll figure something out to fill in the time.
Like I said, I'm sure if you have the rule set like ready to go whenever, you could always just like put it up like in between the break period. So
Implying I've set that shit up.
You literally told me on the pre-stream call that he's like, yeah, I have it almost done.
I had it in my brain. I had a guideline in my brain.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you.
I don't write things down until they become necessary. Yeah, thanks, D. I hope the con goes well, too. I'm gonna be masked up as much as possible, because God knows I don't want the fucking coronavirus. So, yeah, I'll be, that'll be me. Hopefully I don't get sick, and hopefully, you know, I'll be able to see you guys in 2 weeks. So, have a good time, y'all. Remember to join the Discord if you're new and you wanna, you know, participate in the little, the Doom community submissions thing.
Also, there may or may not be another, clip highlight coming up soon, too. So keep your eyes open for that.
Yes, Mega Man highlight clip stuff. So, yeah. Have a good couple weeks, y'all. Talk to you in the Discord. I don't need ending words for this stream. We've had plenty of words already. So, bye, everybody.
Have a good night, furry friends.